Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Ever or Brandon here from K92. We had our Kingdom versus Kingdom recently, and so I'm just getting around to making a video about it now. But I'll have a bunch of videos up throughout, like, you know, what targets, what alliances we attacked and stuff. But so right now I'm getting prepped for it. This is at the beginning of Kingdom versus Kingdom. Pretty much going into this not knowing much about it, so you can see me, like, you know, teleporting and whatever. But so yeah, we won Kingdom versus Kingdom K92. We beat K76. To my surprise, actually, I thought we were gonna do well, but they had a lot of like C22 plus castles. They didn't have a C30. We did, but that was like basically a fresh C30. But they had so many C22, C23. It's basically a farmer kingdom. Like, this is how I see it. Like, these alliances basically, like, some of these alliances should be eliminated because they're so fucking bad. like POL in this kingdom was like, they're the reason why they lost. Like, K76 lost to K92, and that's just because, like, they would put like low tier troops in the throne and stuff. Like, I'll show you in another video I'm gonna make, is like, after this we went and attacked SAC, which is the biggest alliance in this kingdom, and then we attacked one of the turrets that POL had, and we got like 300,000 some kills with like 11k losses. It was like a rally on a huge castle, but like they put low tier in it. Like, they just basically slaughtered themselves. And I know there's two of the biggest alliances in K92, RSK and IDN, which they basically formed together. We stayed in our own alliance, like Sin, because we wanted to use our tech to our advantage. Like, we probably got the best tech in the kingdom. So RSK and IDN, they took the throne and they like slaughtered it. Like, they sent a 1.2 million rally with like all T8 above, and they just had low tier. But anyway, this is the first alliance we started to attack, called Spa, and you know, as you can tell right off the name, they're from Spain, and we know, like, going into this, that this is their nighttime. Like, this is when they're sleeping right now. It was around, you know, server times like 9 p.m. for me, and where I live, like, Spain's probably 4 or 5 hours ahead of me, or I mean, sorry, ahead of me. So basically we were attacking them while they were sleeping, and a lot of them didn't prepare. Actually, their whole kingdom did not prepare very well. Like, we found so much resources and like so many kills. Like, I expected it to kind of, you know, be like a shitty kill event. Like, there wasn't gonna be, you know, many kills, like a lot of shields and alliances. Like, there was a lot of shields, but like not as many as I thought there was gonna be. And some of these castles were just loaded. Like, I got Castle 28 from this kingdom. Like, I farmed this kingdom basically the whole, you know, day. And then even after it, there was a glitch with K92 and K76, and we actually got locked into the kingdom. And it was nuts. So, like, all these shields were popping with farms and stuff, and I would just go drain all the farms. Like, it was nuts. Anyway, got Castle 28 now, but this is like, this footage is probably from, you know, like a little less than a week from, yeah. So I'll kind of like get into the gameplay now, but you can just see we're starting to scale, we're starting to get our targets. We're noticing that all these castles are just loaded with resources. Like, we're gonna, you know, we're coming out ahead from this, you know, this assault, and we were kind of worried that we weren't gonna get like a lot out of it, a lot of kills and stuff, but I saw a lot of shields down, so I decided to go here. It was away from the throne, and alliances, when they're away from the throne, especially in a Kingdom versus Kingdom, their guard is down a lot because they think nobody can find them. But it's really not that hard to scan the map. Like, it just takes a little bit, and if you got like 10 people looking, like, in different directions and stuff, like, you can scan a wide area and find, you know, you'll find people. You're never hidden. Like, there was like Spa, this alliance, and then there was ROV. So like, they were away from the throne, but we like sacked them. We sacked both of them, and I'll have a video basically on Spa. I'll have one on ROV. I'll have one on SAC/POL, and then like the rest of it was just kind of like scraping for kills at the rest of the KvK. But so right now we're getting rally targets. I'm pretty sure I just set a rally not too long ago. Set it on that Mosin castle, or Mockin or whatever. But as you can see, we get like 200Ks, like ready. So with Moken, I set 1 rally. Should have set 2 right off the bat. I should have just waited and set 2 and told everybody I was setting 2. But I didn't realize there was gonna be this many like troops, and like I figured, you know, these guys would prep a bit. I gave them the benefit of the doubt, thinking that, you know, they might be like competent players, but they, oh my god, this kingdom was just like slaughter. We just destroyed them. So I'm only gonna talk for like probably 10 minutes maybe, or not even, but I'm just gonna talk about what's important, and I have music, and you know, the rest of the video you can watch it if you want, but I just wanted to, like, you know, introduce what happened with K92, K76, you know, kind of explain some of my thought processes behind how we did this assault, you know, like their sleep time. So I'll kind of like explain just a little bit, just to, like, you know, give an idea of what I was doing. So I have the best stats in the alliance next to Raziel, which is he's a castle 26, and so we basically rally off of my stats, and I had just gotten VIP 9 right before KvK, so that's 10% on all of my stuff except for HP. So right then it was like huge, because now my war machine is like 140%, which is like stupid good. And so we were able to do some really beast rallies, and not only the rallies, but we got to milk a lot of resources. Like I said, I got Castle 28 from this kingdom. Castle 28 costs about 260 and a bit million resources, which is, you know, pretty huge, especially this stage in the game. I have like 9 farms, but even then it's like that takes days to get. So right now we're just like, you know, rallying that 1 castle, still scouting everybody. I'm just like, just scout as many castles as you can, share reports if you see them in, you know, alliance chat. Don't, you know, like, don't share them, don't duplicate. Another thing that I don't know if I like it, I like it but I don't like it, is that your alliance gets separated when you port to another kingdom, which I kind of agree with, but then at the same time it's like, that just causes so much confusion for everyone. Like, especially if you're not an experienced player and you don't use like a third-party app, or, you know, like stuff to communicate. Like, you have to PM, but it's like some people don't know how to find you like through another kingdom, or like you don't have a quick link for people. I wish they would put a search in this game so you could search someone's name and PM them, because that would make way more sense. Well, I guess you can, but you kind of have to have their like exact name, which is shitty. Anyway, so I'm just checking the rally here. This is right before the first rally. Checking everybody has a little bit of meat in, and when I say meat, I mean like infantry and cavalry. Just making sure, you know, we're not going to lose too much on this rally. It is like 200 and some K. We do have like I think it was like 800K where like our base rallies until, you know, more people started coming in. But ultimately we wanted to not lose a ton, like right in the beginning. Like, you don't want to lose a ton, right? So we're just kind of playing it safe, playing it slow, because we know we have time to play with. These guys aren't online, and they're not going to be online for like, you know, 6 or 8 hours. So it's like, you might as well just take your time with all of it. And that's why, like, even after the rallies and stuff, like after we're killing the troops, I'm like, send your extra dispatches and like clean these castles out. Like, you'll see me put coordinates and then like cow symbols, basically just saying milk, like milk these guys. And, you know, it's in the history, so they just, people can scroll up and find it. And anyway, yeah, you can see, like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do these guys have so much shit? And eventually I'm like, let's do a double rally, because like, I have the dispatch for it. Most people do, that I'm here with. Maybe like a couple people don't have a good dispatch to kill with, but ultimately, like, we were just like, we should kill these guys like as quick as we can, and we can milk it all, you know what I mean? Like, we were sitting here for probably an hour afterwards just milking castles. Like, if we just killed, we probably wouldn't have taken that long, but we wanted to get the resources in between the kills too, like some, just in case they shielded. You can see me sending these T9 Siege. I use those to basically collect a ton. I use them for defense, so ultimately, like, if people attack me and I have T9 Siege, they get destroyed. Basically use that, so like if I send a dispatch out, and which I actually tricked a guy into hitting me. I sent a dispatch to the throne, and I don't know why he thought I had no troops. Like, I'm 500K troops deep, like in this video, and like I sent like 140 out, right? and he decides to urgent care me with like 130k troops. I had like, you know, 300, I think it was 440,000 inside, and like it was all my T9 siege inside, and they just like obliterated, like slaughtered him. He got like 17k kills, and it was just, it was I think it was like a 1k point jump in KvK, which is huge. So because they were all T9. But as you can see here, I'm like healing all these troops and stuff because they are on tiles, so I'm kind of sending with extras to go to the tiles. But I'm sending my best in these rallies, and when I'm sending these rallies, I'm sending 1,000 infantry, 2,000 cavalry, and the rest cannons. And I just put a little bit of meat and then the rest cannons because I have the most cannons in the alliance, and we need those. You know, that's, if you don't have enough firepower, you're not gonna kill a lot. Like, I would like to put more meat because it kind of makes me look like an asshole because I'm taking all the kills, but at the same time, it's like I have a lot of the firepower that we need to actually, like, you know, successfully kill in that rally without losing a lot. Like, if I would say if we had a little bit less T8 firepower, we would have definitely lost like 25k in a rally or more, and we lost like 11. And there's actually a couple members that they're not really experienced fighters, so they were putting like T6, T7 infantry, but they were auto-selecting, and they would like just like wipe 11k of their T6 like in a rally. So it was kind of shitty, but I'd let them know, and they'll do better next time. But yeah, as you can see in this rally, so we got 233k, and then 11k losses, and the 11k losses was that one guy, which I feel bad for because, you know, that's a pretty big, you know, power hit, and also he can't like solo castles without his infantry, so he used 11k, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so as you can see, we're like decimating these guys that don't have shields. They're like, our castles compared to theirs are pretty big. Kind of feels like we're bullying them, but I mean, it's all part of it. We need to get the points to win. We ended up winning with like 40k or 50k above the other kingdom, so pretty good. I came in third too, with 18,000. Pretty sure Tiger Gold, which is the C30 in my kingdom, he got 32k, and then Amen, which is another big player, he's like 6 million power in my kingdom. He got, I think, it was like 23k or something, or no, maybe like 25. But anyway, I took third like solid. I wasn't really gonna push for second or first just because I knew I couldn't get it with the allotted time, and they had a lot more kills. Like they were taking the big hive, like SAC, the main alliance, like they took their huge hive, and like next to them was GRD, which is like an Indonesian alliance, and like they hit them hard. Like Amen, he lost like 1.5 million power in, like, you know, the first little, like probably first 5 hours of KvK. And I mean, they just used their waters after. Like Tiger, he lost probably almost 2 million power, and like they just used their waters at the end of the KvK, which I used some too, just because like I had 70k in the tree, like 70k troops, but they had like a lot in the fucking tree. And now that I think about it, the percentage ratio is actually good. Like if you just use your waters after the kingdom war, you actually, like, you know, you get a substantial amount back. And they knew that, I think, so that's why they soloed these castles and they lost a lot, but knowing that they're gonna, you know, rack up a ton of points, and then they get, you know, 20 waters for first place, which, like, combined with all the ones that they've been giving us, like, you know, it gives quite a bit. So here's this rally. I think this is when we're setting double rallies now, and I just put in the chat, yeah, I put priority. So basically when I say priority, with my alliance anyway, I say priority Rick and then the other guy, so I basically like both their names, so I kind of shorten them. But I basically put priority so that people put their best troops in the first one, so in Rick, because he has a lot more troops, and I just want to have the best troops for the more troops in the castle. I mean, it's self-explanatory, but so as you can see, my rally's like 980,000, I believe, and my dispatch is 142, so we can do 1.1 million rallies. And our thought process behind this KvK was we were supposed to be defending K92 throne, like we were supposed to be taking that throne and whatever, but my thought process behind it was, you know, like basically I organize all the war and stuff for Sin, and I organize our attacks. I give like, you know, a plan, and I say, you know, it'd probably be a good idea to do this. And so one thing I said was, you know, this SPA alliance, and there's also POL, which is Poland, they're both European countries, they sleep. They're sleeping right now when we're hitting. So I said, like, POL was in the throne and stuff, which we should have hit them. I wish we would hit them because they had a lot more troops and a lot more resources, I know it. But we went for this little one because POL was around the throne. So POL are asleep, SPA are asleep. Actually, a lot of POL were awake because they had to hold their throne, which I don't know why K76 let them hold throne. They should have let an Indonesian alliance hold throne, or, you know, SAC. Like, they attacked our kingdom, but they failed a lot. Like, they didn't really take throne the whole time, which was sad because at one point I saw like 20 C22 plus with like C27, C28, and like a ton of castles in one little hive, like next to our throne, and they didn't take it. I was just like surprised. I guess they just knew they were gonna lose. But anyway, like, it just went really well for us because POL was in the throne, and it's nighttime for them. Like, all these people, they put troops in the throne, and then they went offline. Like, they went to bed, like, thinking that they were gonna, you know, keep it, which is just like absurd. Like, I don't know why they thought that. Like, a lot of people, they just play this game and they don't have a clue. I don't understand how they just don't like think behind it, especially when you can lose so much in this game. Like, that's why I play this game seriously, because you can lose everything, like, you know, in minutes, like, if you're just not playing smart. And that's one part of it I like, is that you have to play smart in order to do good. You can't really be bad at the game and do better than people unless you spend a lot of money. So that's kind of like, you know, how I see it. But anyway, we attacked these guys just because we knew we could get a nice assault going. We ended up killing a ton. Like, we got so many points off this. I think I already had been in top 5 from this alliance. And then we hit a turret on throne, which I said is POL turret. But after this, we went to SAC, and then anyway, so we started attacking around the throne, and we noticed that like IDN and our RSK, they were taking the throne, which is good because POL was in the throne. There was nobody in K92 throne, but there was a lot of troops in K76. So basically, what I was saying, like, my thought process was, let's go to K76 as Sin. We're supposed to be defending K92, but let's go there and do some damage at the first, because a lot of people are going to shield, like, as you're going there, right? Like, it's the most action you're going to get is at the very start of an event, because people are going to be caught off guard. There's not going to be any shields, and if they do shield, like, if they don't 24 hour, 8 hours later, like, they're free again. Like, you can attack whatever. And so I basically said, let's go there and let's feel it out, and then once they try to take our throne, we'll go back, and instead of defending, sitting in the throne with shittier defense stats than attack stats, I basically said, okay, their max castle C28, if he goes in the throne, like, I know what he can put in that throne. I know he can put only 1.1 million, maybe, reinforcements, and that is if they have the best diplomatic expansion tech. So I knew that, and because I was castle 27 at the time, I said, you know, my rally, like, my war hall is 27, you know, we can do 1.1 million rally, and I said, like, their defense stats aren't going to be better than their attack stats. And so I said, let's attack, like, let's wait, let them take our throne, and then we hit them with a 1.1 million rally, and we hit them hard on throne. And so that way our stats are better, and I know they don't have many defensive troops yet. Like, I know there wasn't a lot of T9 and stuff, so, you know, it just made more sense to attack them. And they actually never even bothered with our throne. Like, we never had a big fight on throne for K92. Like, it was just people going in the turrets, and, like, you know, like, we ultimately won because POL, they died on their throne. Like, all of them. Like, they probably lost, I would say, close to 1.5 million troops just in their throne. And so that shot us up in points. Like, it's not so much about holding the throne, it's about getting the kills in the throne. So RSK and IDN, like, they just like slaughtered the throne, and our plan was to never stay in the throne. Like, nobody stayed in K76 throne. Like, we didn't fill the thing up and then await an attack. Like, that's just stupid. Like, with the new throne, we decided, you know, let's just let people take the thrones, and then we'll just hit them with a hard rally. And if they pull, yeah. But the thing is when there's so many people in the throne, they won't all pull at the same time, you know what I mean? So it's like, some people will pull, some people will stay, some people are off, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody's staring at their friggin' phone. So like, the thought is just hit them hard with a fucking rally, and then pull, like, accordingly, or, you know, keep them in there. But ultimately, like, everybody pulled out of the throne, and then just like one trooped it back to the throne so we could hold and like keep some points, you know what I mean? So like, ultimately it's all fucking killing now, because the throne is based on points, it's not based on holding it, which I don't know. I think you can abuse that a ton. I really think that they should kind of switch it around a bit more, just because, like, the old throne, you actually had to sit in there, and that forced like huge battles, right? But now it's like, oh, you can do this little pussy shit where like 2 people go in a fortress, and like these other guys go in a fortress, and like you get cannons, and like you basically just like, you have little fights, but it's just like to keep a little bit of points, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of neutral about the whole new throne, but I don't mind it because it works for our, like, in our favor right now. And I know I've been like talking a lot, but you can like watch this instead and listen to me talk, or both. I'm just kind of giving some strategies, some perspective on like how I play and what I think about. But we're basically just, you know, chipping away at them. It's kind of like just rally after rally. Everybody's scouting. We're just, you know, cleaning out our like resources. There's not like much going on except for the rally, so there's a lot of downtime. And yeah, a lot of this video is going to be downtime, and I apologize for that, but and I think that's all there is to go over, really. Like, I know I talked a lot, but hope you like enjoyed seeing the killing and stuff. I know I didn't really like specify a lot, but just kind of wanted to see some, like, show people some of what KvK is like and how you should prepare, because the start is the most detrimental to your alliance. You want everybody shielded, and, you know, just be safe. Like, don't just put a 24-hour shield on if you don't want to get killed. It's that easy. So I'll have other videos up about, you know, other alliances, you know, a couple other videos maybe about KvK, but the next one's in like 6 days or 7 days, or, well, yeah, a week from now for me. So I'll catch you guys then. I'll probably make another video about that. Yeah.